McLaren driver Lando Norris opened up about some of his biggest weaknesses on the track from the last Formula One season, which concluded with him in 6th place. On Wednesday, he chatted to This Morning hosts Philip Schofield and Holly Willoughby about his regrets regarding racing, and was forced to defend himself when Philip probed him about an error which wasn't his fault. Philip asked if Lando regretted not changing his tyres during the final laps of the Russian Grand Prix. The wet weather allowed Mercedes champion Lewis Hamilton to overtake during the crucial last stages of the race as the rain worsened. However, Lando reiterated the loss wasn't his fault when Philip asked him about the worst mistakes of last year's F1 season. He explained, "A bad weekend for Lewis is probably, like, 2nd place and a very small error that he's made. I make slightly bigger ones at the moment, but it's just making sure my mistakes are at a low level." Although he maintains McLaren made the wrong call with the weather last year, Lando did admit he personally had room for improvement. "There were a couple of mistakes last year where I had a bit of contact with someone, and it put me out of the race," he recalled. "Or losing a couple of positions at the start, something like that." Philip chimed in, "Not changing your tyres in the rain?" Lando laughed the jibe off as Philip's co-star Holly made some noises of sympathy. "Yeah," he chuckled. "Not my fault, but yeah. It can be a small thing which can have a big consequence, or big impact. Just trying to iron out these little things to make sure I'm consistently there every weekend. That's where you get the points." Interview, opinion, interview. In the last laps, Lewis opted to change to intermediate tyres, whilst Lando remained with dry weather. Unfortunately, McLaren hadn't warned him about the impending rainstorm, and the weather steadily got worse as the drivers took their last, vital corners. Team principal Andreas Seidel later admitted McLaren had made a mistake by not changing over Lando's slick tyres. "In hindsight, it was the wrong decision that we made as a team," Andreas said. "But we win together, we lose together. The important thing is to analyze it, to learn from it and then move on." Despite the mistake which potentially lost Lando the race, the driver has just signed on for at least another 4 years with McLaren. He is now starting to prepare for the next F1 season, which will officially kick off in Bahrain in March after a pre-season session in Spain later this month. This Morning airs weekdays from 10 a.m. on ITV.